Hey, it's Brett and Coach here, and we are continuing our Drink Illinois Passport. Today we're in Northern Illinois, a little bit more central than the previous Northern Illinois, where we are back at Black Lung, but this is the Fox Lake location. We are looking to hit 6 different breweries today on our road to 100 breweries, but this will be part 1, so I'm only going to do the first 3 in this video. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss part 2. But today I got 1 pour just because they were only doing 4 pours today. This is Jam Session Guava Prickly Pear, which is a Berliner Weiss at 4.2%. To start off, amazing color. I hope it is super fruity and delicious. I hope it has a good tartness to it. Not too big on scent for the smell, but I still have high hopes considering we've been to Black Lung before, just a different location. Make sure you check out that video. Not super sour. I would describe it as subtly jammy sweet. Prickly pear isn't a big flavor within itself, it's fairly subtle. Same with guava, can be easily covered or taken over by other flavors, so it bounces quite nice. It is a Berliner Weiss sour, but it isn't super tart on the tongue. It drinks very smooth, almost more like a fruited wheat, just without the wheat part. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Perfect to be on the lake like a day like today. Really cool space overall, but I'm gonna enjoy this and we're gonna move on to our next spot. We're here at McHenry Brewing Company, and this is in the village of McHenry. What we noticed is that they are a lot more of a brew house than their own brewing, just because it didn't look like they have any of their own beer on tap. It was other places, so we got 2 different ones. We've been to Revolution before, which was one of them, and that is Suncatcher. The other one is a Czech lager. So to start off with the Czech lager, it's a lot more fruity for a Czech lager than I expected. It also has an actual soy saucy undertone to it that I actually quite enjoy. It's not super heavy either, and it feels refreshing and light that I could go back a couple times to have it. And for it being a lager, I'm kind of surprised I do like it this much. Happy about the color, that it's almost ambery. I'd give it a 6.5. Pretty high rating for a lager for me. This is Suncatcher by Revolution, which we've definitely been to Revolution, and I think I've had Suncatcher a couple times before. If not, Brian has a bunch. Suncatcher is a wheat ale. I find this extremely drinkable too. Love the color. A good wheat ale flavor without being overbearing. Pretty direct in what it is, but does what it is well. I'd give that a 7 out of 10. So we did a little bit of research about McHenry, trying to figure out if it was a brewery or if it was just featuring guest taps, and it is a little bit of both. In 2017, they opened this location with renovations. In 2018, they upgraded a bunch of their equipment to start brewing small batches. And then in the last 2-3 years, so 2023, 24, and 25, they are continuing to upgrade their equipment. So when they do make batches, it's usually only 14 gallons at a time. So they may not have their own brew on tap when you show up, but it does sound like they try on Fridays when they do have something ready to put it on tap. So that's why we're having 2 guest taps instead of their stuff. They're just upgrading, trying to improve, typically very small batches, and they go from there. So with that, I'm a little less mad at trying these 2 versus their beer, but we got our sticker anyway, so we really can't complain. We might take a peek at the beer garden just to see what's out there, but it seems like a cute little spot just to hang out, drink a bunch of different beers from a bunch of different breweries. Let's head to our 3rd place for this video. And for our final spot in part 1 of today's video for our Northern Illinois passport journey. Once again, subscribe for part 2 because we're going to 6 total for today. We are here at Holzlager Brewing Company, and I opted to get a flight. First up is a K8E Kolsch coming in at 5.7%, which wants to maintain the traditions of Cologne, Germany, but with a Midwestern twist. I don't mind it. It's definitely an interesting flavor overall. It's a good balance between a light beer, but almost has a roasty, dank coffee flavor to it. I don't think I've had a Kolsch quite like this, to be honest. I'd probably give it a 6. It's not my favorite Kolsch I've ever had, but it's definitely drinkable. And for a fruit beer, this is Melina Raspberry Ale coming in at 5.2%. That boasts jammy notes of raspberry, but also pie crust. Really strong raspberry scent to it. Looking forward to this. I'm surprised it's not a little bit more juicy redder than what it is. It does look a little bit more like a wheat ale. Very subtle on the raspberry flavor. It's still there, but it's not super impactful. There's a little bit of bready crustiness to it as an undertone, but isn't at the forefront of it. Definitely chuggable for a beer like this. I'd give it a 5. I just wish it really upped the punch of everything. And I believe this is what they're most kind of known for, which is the Hawaiian Hammer, an IPA coming in at 7.6% with notes of passion fruit, blood orange, and guava. Big tropical scent on it. For an IPA, it balances hoppy bitterness and those big tropical floral notes up front pretty well, and then it does fade into the more pine needle bitteriness. So it definitely takes you on the journey when you do drink it. I definitely prefer the top tasting notes versus the back end. It does lean a little too bitter for me, but that bright, bold beginning tropical flavor I think makes it worth it. I'll give it a 7.5. I think Brian would really enjoy this IPA, especially how it balances flavors. And then for the Hefeweizen, this is Wise and Shine coming in at 4.2%. It says it has notes of banana, like a lot of Hefeweizens do, but also a lot of citrus. Ooh, for a Hefeweizen, I actually really enjoy this. It's true to the type of beer, but definitely elevated. It does have a little bit of citrus, but it does focus on more of that Hefeweizen banana funk to it. Nice, beautiful golden light yellow color that I expect from a Hefeweizen. I'd give this a 7.5. Very solid. Maybe not the most unique type of Hefe, but it definitely does it well. Decently impressed here at Holzlager. Glad I got a flight so I could try a little bit of everything. Once again, this was only part 1 of today, so we are heading to 3 more breweries. So this has been Brett and Coach. Make sure you comment down below where you think I will be heading in this area for the next 3. Give me a like as well as subscribe so you don't miss next video. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Coach.